girl, Simply Asia B, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am reviving my knotless braids, and I wanted to show you guys what I do, simple ways to keep your knotless a little longer. And I wanted to also talk and catch up a little bit about what's been going on with me, some life pivots, things like that, and just talk about some things that are on my heart. So first and foremost, I want to tell you kind of what I've already done, just as prep, and then I'll walk you through the steps on how I revive my knotless braids. So first and foremost, I can 100% stand on this particular product because I use it every single time I wash my braids. What I typically go by, my typical rule of thumb whenever I do have knotless braids, I typically keep the same frequency that I normally would wash my hair. So if I wash my hair like every week and a half, every 2 weeks, even when I have braids in my hair, that's typically what I'm doing. This particular go round, I think I went a little longer. I went about 3 weeks, which is way longer than I wanted to, but just time permitting, I didn't really have the time to do that. So every single time I get knotless braids, I always still keep the same routine in how I wash my regular natural hair. I use all the same products that I would typically use, and it just keeps the health of my hair underneath my braids protected, because obviously the point of a protective style, or the point of wearing braids throughout the summer, is to just protect your natural hair so you don't have to put heat on it and you can keep your hands out of it. And also, like, if you're a workout girly like how I am, then it just keeps your hair, or it keeps you from not having to do as much to your hair on the day-to-day basis. So again, back to the products that I typically use. This Cantù Protective Styles by Angela. It is the hair bath and cleanser. It has apple cider vinegar and aloe in it. Y'all, this product 100% every single time I wash my braids gets all the residue, any gel or any just dirt, build up, anything out of my scalp. Something else that I also like to let people know is I don't typically use oils. I don't typically use oils on my scalp really anyway. I just kind of let the natural oils do what they're supposed to do. So even when I have braids in, I typically avoid oils. The only time that I'll use oil is when, like right now, I've washed it and I'm refreshing it. Then I'll put a little oil in my scalp, that's it. So this brand has several items in the entire collection. It has this particular hair bath. It's got a foam wrap setting. It's also got a hair freshener deodorizer. I love this because kind of in between, if I just need to spray my hair, like if it smells like outdoors or whatever, I'll spray that on. This is actually really, really good. It's kind of genius for her to come out with that. And then in addition to those few items, she also has the tea tree oil. So this is the oil that I'll use once I refresh the braids in just a little bit, and then I pretty much won't use that for the rest of the duration, because I just, like I said, like to let the natural oils. So as you can see, I've had my knotless braids in for 5 weeks. So this is the third time that I've actually washed them. So you can see they're like a little bit frizzy at the top, which I don't mind. I actually kind of like the old look on knotless braids, because you can actually still see my parts. Like my hair has grown out quite a bit, but it's actually holding up very, very well. So I am a small knotless braids girl, because those smaller that they last for me. I've had numerous size of knotless braids, every which way you can possibly, different colors, and I prefer the smaller ones because they just last a lot longer. So I always start with this product. I typically will do one good wash, but if I feel like I need extra, then I will go ahead and scrub again. And I scrub really in my scalp. I emphasize here, but I'll go all the way down to the ends of the hair, because obviously like when I'm working out, when I'm doing my walks and things, this part of the hair starts to get sweaty and you don't want it to like have an odor or anything. So I make sure to wash the scalp, but all the way down the ends of my braids. So once I finish scrubbing with this, then I'll just go in with whatever shampoo. So the line that I'm actually really loving right now is the Thank God It's Natural. I use this on both mine and my daughter's hair. I've seen tremendous growth and just repair with using these products. This is the Miracle Repair Strengthening Shampoo, and the thing that I love about it is it does have castor oil and biotin in it. It's just so good. Like, I've used this now for about 6 months, and just in the 6 months that we've been using it, I've known tremendous growth. I've seen tremendous growth with even my daughter's hair. So I'll use this, and then I will use, I don't have it right now, I have their deep conditioning hair mask, but then I also have their CPR protein treatment. Y'all, that is by far the best protein treatment that I have used in a very, very long time. I am still an ApoG girl, so like when I really need a good hard protein treatment, I'll use that. But on just like a regular regimen type of flow, the Thank God It's Natural CPR, my girl Maya, who does hair, put me on that, and I've been using the products ever since. So I'll use that, then I'll go in with the protein treatment and just make sure that everything is rinsed out, and it brings me to where we're at now. So I towel dry, and then I kind of just let it air dry a little bit, just to make sure that it's, you know, dry enough and not annoyingly dripping. But I'll do that, and then what I'll do is, let me see, I have just use like a ponytail holder. So typically when I'm refreshing my braids, I don't really try to focus like too far back. I'll maybe do a few rows and call it a day, because I'm really only trying to stretch my braids maybe now for like another 2 weeks. So I'm not really trying to, you know, focus on the back, because nobody's really paying attention to that anyway. And for the remainder of time that I'm having my braids in, I'll probably either throw it in a bun or maybe a ponytail. I have a couple of events tomorrow, so I'm not really sure how I'm gonna wear my hair. After I've refreshed it, depending on how it looks, I'll leave it down, because I love the way the braids just kind of look hanging. But depending on how it looks today, then I may just put it in a ponytail for tomorrow, or maybe like a swoop and then a ponytail for tomorrow's events. But anyway, so what I do is I take the front, and then I will kind of section what parts that I'm gonna do. And then I use these little clips. If anybody has ever like done locks before, we're essentially doing the same method. So, oh, I forgot one other step. I do use just like a leave-in conditioner. I'm gonna spray this over my head right now, but any leave-in conditioner is good to use. So after you've towel dried, after you've washed, after you've towel dried, after you've done all of that, I usually just will spray a little bit of leave-in conditioner. And I really love this Lotta Body. When I wear my hair in its natural state, I really love how this works. So I'm actually almost out, but I'll go all the way down. It smells so good. Just to make sure my hair underneath is conditioned. The main goal for me, like when I have my knotless braids, is to not come out of it with a whole lot of damage. So using this method, I usually am pretty good, and I don't experience like a lot of shedding or anything after. So what I'll do is, now you can, like I said, after 5 weeks, my braids are actually holding up very, very well. And also when you wash it, you'll notice, because your scalp is so clean, that you can see your parts better. It's kind of weird, but once you wash it, it's like your braids come out looking better. So what I'll do is I kind of go from the back to the front, and then I'll just take like a gel. I usually use, Cantù actually does have another piece of their line, and I have some of it. I think it's in my daughter's hair stuff, but they have a braiding gel. That's typically what I use, but I'm running really, really low on that right now. So I'm just gonna use this. Thank God it's natural edge control, works essentially the same way. So what I'll do is I'll just take a little bit, and then I'm gonna kind of grab the hair and just twist it at the root. You see that? Twist it at the root, and it almost basically looks like you've got your hair like tightened in a way. So I literally am going to just go all the way around, and you can do it as loose and as tight as you want, and then I just kind of clip it back just to secure it. And that's it, y'all. So I'll just keep grabbing these pieces all the way around. Twist and clip. Because again, my focus is really just touching up the front. And I obviously could always go and get my braider to do a touch-up, because she does do touch-ups in the front. But just time permitting and just to save a little bit of money, I am just doing it this way. And it works the same. So again, just doing this all the way around until I get to the other side. But anyways, I wanted to catch you guys up a little bit on just kind of like what is going on in my world. So again, I think I talked a little bit on my last video about how I am navigating entrepreneur life. And I say it with kind of a deep sigh, because today, in this moment, I am feeling all the stresses of entrepreneur life. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. And you have so many days where you feel like you are working for nothing. Like, it's like you just are out here winging it. I'm juggling about 3 to 4 different streams of income right now, and it's hard, y'all. It is hard. And also, when I lost my job last September, I've literally been applying for jobs ever since then. That is the crazy part. But this job market is nuts. It's really nuts. Like, I have been applying so much. I took a slight break off of applying because I just was so overwhelmed. There was a job that I just knew that I was gonna get, and I didn't get it. And I had prepared, I had studied, crazy interview prep, prayed, fasted, all the things, but God just told me that was not my job, obviously, because it was a closed door. And ever since then, I have literally been applying. Well, like, again, I took that break, and I just recently started back applying to jobs. And it's been rough. And I'm not the only one that attests to the hard job market, because, child, it's hard out here. It is hard out here. And the amount of interviews that people are making you go through just to tell you that we're going to go with someone internal or whatever, because that's what happened in my case. They were like, oh, we loved you, but we're just going to go with someone internal, which I understand, because, you know, at the end of the day, economically, they have to do what's best for them. And, you know, I just was like, okay, well, there's that. And I think I resolved in my head that it wasn't my fault. It wasn't anything that I did or lacked or anything, because my resume is actually very bomb. Like, I mean, I have a phenomenal resume. I have a lot of transferable skills, and it just didn't happen for me. So again, I recently started applying again, and nothing. And I just know that God has me in this season to just like really trust him. Like, I know that like I'm here because he wants me to fully rely on him. But just as easy as it is for me to say that I've resolved that this is what it is, I also know that it's not easy. It is not easy because the bills don't stop because the job market is hard. And, you know, the things that I have and the things that I want to do and the lifestyle that I want to live does not stop because, you know, because the job market. But at the end of the day, I'm also very grateful that I have a partner who is a hard worker and who takes very good care of our family. He is he's so good in, you know, what he does, and I'm grateful that he is able to do what he loves and provide for our family, because I do understand that, like, listen, if he were working in like a boring corporate America job, things would probably be 10 times worse. There would probably be like a lot of tension because, you know, he would be stressed, if I would be stressed, and all of that. But all in all, I'm very grateful. It was just today was one of those days where I was like, Lord, I'm really out here, really out here. So I just know that I just have to keep pushing. And I am grateful for, you know, where I'm at. Like, I don't ever want to not have gratitude for where I'm at, because I have been very blessed to do creatively some of the things that I never thought that I would do. And, you know, my juice business is still thriving. And, you know, there's opportunities that I know God has for me, you know, as a byproduct of those things, and just the gift that he placed inside of me and being passionate about the wellness space. So, you know, I'm just going to keep pushing. And I do know that, you know, one day all the hard work is going to match the coins. All the hard work is going to match the coins. Like, you know, I am also in a space where I'm kind of made up in my mind that, you know, a lot of the capacity that I have, I want to be able to put it in spaces where I'm valued and also compensated. Like, you know, I was talking to somebody today and I was just like, you know, I love being able to, you know, do things for exposure and do things for, you know, the betterment and the growth of my business and my brand. But it's like, you know, at some point, things have to have a price tag attached to them. At some point, you can absolutely decline because you don't want to do things solely for free. I'm trying to say it the nicest way possible, but let's just, like, you know, come on, let's be honest. We're all in the business of wanting to profit. So there's nothing wrong with exposure opportunities, but there's also nothing wrong with wanting to be paid your worth. So I've been screaming on social media here lately, like, to know your worth, because there are spaces that will compensate you. So all in all, I'm just out here trusting God. You know, like that saying is just like, girl, I ain't out here doing nothing but trusting God. And that's genuinely what I'm doing, because that's really all that I have. And just to keep the faith and, you know, pray that God opens doors. So in any case, I'm almost done actually. This is taking me way longer now that I'm just talking to you guys, but I am also really super passionate about the health and wellness space. So I've been putting a lot of energy in research and, you know, just learning as much as I can and being able to share as much as I can about health and wellness and how it will genuinely help our community, because I really feel like the African American community is just not educated. We don't know how to balance our hormones. We don't know how to eat correctly. We don't know how to be disciplined. We are addicted to sugar and just so many things. And I know that God chose me for such a time as this to just like be an advocate for my community, especially like my close community, because I know that, you know, we all have things that we go through. We all have, you know, things that we are experiencing on a daily basis. And, you know, I'm grateful that God chose me. I'm grateful also that I'm getting the knowledge and the wisdom, you know, to know this stuff, because it's a gift to be able to know about how to honor your body. And I'm just going to continue to keep sharing. Sometimes I sound like a broken record, but, you know, I also hear on a daily basis how me staying consistent is helping people. So that also inspires me and motivates me to keep going, because, you know, on the days that I get discouraged, God always sends a sign. God always sends a sign and lets me know that he sees me. So all in all, y'all, I am done. Wow, that was really fast. Also, my skin is skinning right now. Being super random, but like my skin is doing some amazing things. I've been really into, obviously, being in the health and wellness space, also learning about like gut health and learning how it is directly correlated to your mental health and how your stomach is like a second brain. Now that I know all this stuff, like you can clearly see like visibly like how it's working. So it all just motivates me to keep going. So like I said, the days that I get discouraged, the days that I want to give up, the days where I'm just like, but it's all for nothing. It's not all for nothing. And I just encourage myself. So, okay, now next what I'll do is I am going to put a scarf on this, but I also want to just put a little shine. This is just a little shine that I got from I think this is from the African store. It's just like an anti-breakage shine mist. And then I'm also just gonna put a little, this is like as much oil as I put in there. Woo, spilling it. This is it. And that's all that I'm gonna put in, probably until I wash it again. So in any case, I'm about to keep these clips in. I'm going to put a scarf on and then go pick up my daughter, and then I will show you guys the final results once I come out of the scarf and it's dry a little more. So, all right, y'all. So it's been a couple of hours and one of my clips fell out, but it's all good. So I'm gonna take these out now, and it's for the most part dry. It's not like all the way dry, but like just before I go to bed, what I'll do is I'll just is that it? I'll just run the dryer over my head. But as you can see, now it basically looks like I got my front touched up. So see, it's like magic. Not really, but yeah. So now what I'll just do is wear a scarf for the rest of the night. just to keep it fresh and tied down. I've actually been doing a terrible job also of keeping my scarf on at night, but now that I've retouched the front, I'll be really intentional over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, to keep my hair wrapped as much as possible. So yeah, there is that. That's the process of how I maintain keeping my knotless braids. It's been fun chatting on camera. I haven't done that in a long time. So make sure that you like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to stay over on YouTube more often. But you know, entrepreneur, mom life, wife life, all of the other lives, all the other hats that I wear, my time gets away from me. Also, I am getting ready to get another camera. I'm recording right now on my phone, which actually is working really well, but it's time for me to replace my camera. I have my eye on another camera that actually is gonna be like way more user-friendly. It's smaller and better quality. So in the meantime, I'll be recording off my phone, but hopefully within the next couple weeks to a month, I'll have that new camera as well. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.